The American dream of homeownership is being revitalized in a big way, and its hope is in the tiny house. If you're looking for a place to live tiny, or a municipality wondering if you're the place for tiny living, right now you may be feeling tiny house challenged, and we get it. So let's get started by putting together some of the big pieces of the tiny puzzle. Let's start with the authority having jurisdiction. The authority having jurisdiction is the municipality where a home will be placed. They know the precise requirements for design and construction of structures in their area. Building code are established minimums for the safety and the welfare of a community. They are the standards for structure placement, size, foundations, floor and roof assemblies, fire safety, and so much more. They're the go-to for site-built, foundation-based construction. But what about tiny houses on wheels? A tiny house on wheels seems to have attributes of both a recreational vehicle and a house, but is really neither. You can see the differences listed here. Specifically note the RV dwelling status is for seasonal or recreational purposes only, and it's been manufactured with temporary living in its DNA. Tiny homes, on the other hand, are built like foundation-based homes suitable for full-time dwelling. Because tiny houses are emerging as an excellent solution for the affordable housing crisis, we're seeing more builders entering the market every day. As many as 50,000 tiny house builders representing $1.5 billion worth of housing. At this point, I think we can agree that this could present a challenge, and I promise we have a solution coming up in just a moment, so hang in there with me, okay? The challenge is movable residences constructed in every state across the country, representing about 3,300 municipalities worth of code, and 50,000 different builder types and experience levels. So how will you know if or where tiny houses on wheels fit into your community? A few years ago, an original solution was the creation of a standard. Now, we're offering an even better solution with the next generation of compliance inspection, certification, and recording services. Bildsworth International. The Bildsworth solution is comprehensive in scope and methodology because we've dedicated years of research to distill codes and standards from the regulatory bodies listed here. By choosing the most demanding of greater than 95% of building code nationwide and the most stringent of climatic and seismic requirements, we've proactively initiated a prescriptive protocol for tiny house construction, a contribution to the overall industry aim toward collaborative development of the future's model code, which is currently underway. In the future, who knows, maybe it's called a movable tiny house or a portable dwelling unit, adopting terms from existing code language. Speaking of existing, regardless of name, it is a structure permanently affixed to a chassis, like other permissible dwellings, just smaller, which can also be anchored to the ground, a slab, piers, or to the defined foundation requirements in your municipality. Okay, so back to the solution. Bildsworth is dedicated to the success of this industry, so we're helping to future-proof tiny house construction with a tiny spin on building department tradition. We start with a review of the builder's design plan, and upon approval, we inspect the foundation, which is its trailer, manufactured to meet transportation and trailer manufacturing standards for use with the approved design. Next, we inspect the integrated flooring and attachment systems and the framing of the structure. As you can see here, each past milestone leads to the next phase of construction, like a site-built home. We inspect the electrical, plumbing, and mechanicals at rough end, and at dry end we inspect windows and doors, roofing, cladding, sheathing, and I'm sure you get the idea. As we inspect, if needed, we course correct, and then we re-inspect before any critical elements are covered by insulation or walls. Real quick, let me circle back just in case it wasn't perfectly clear. Bildsworth inspects each and every home, not just the plans, not just once or twice, but 5 times or more. Our live streaming video inspections are facilitated by teams of certified professional inspectors and trade-specific professionals who know what they're looking for in tiny house construction. Then the recorded inspections are peer-reviewed by independent firms for further scrutiny and reliability. After a successful final inspection, a uniquely numbered Bildsworth insignia is attached to the home for easy identification. And finally, this is where future-proofing really pays off. All inspection videos and reports of interior and exterior enclosure components, products, materials, and service systems are archived and available for review for the life of the home. This degree of detail and uniformity levels the playing field for risk mitigation for municipalities, lenders, and insurers. Foremost, a proud member of the Farmers Insurance Group of Companies requires certification to qualify for eligibility for coverage. Bildsworth services are voluntary for all tiny house builders who willingly choose construction compliance to the prescriptive protocol meeting and exceeding residential quality building code. Tiny house builders are intentional in earning consumer confidence and ultimately providing homeowners the peace of mind they deserve. Bildsworth is the third-party inspection firm and tiny house data repository you can trust to safeguard the demonstrated record of residential quality construction compliance. Authorities having jurisdiction may request access to review the archives by permission from the homeowner to determine the home's permissibility for use as a temporary, semi-permanent, or permanent residential dwelling in their communities. Please let us know if there is something more we can do to make it easier to be the place for tiny living or to help you find the ideal place to live tiny. We sincerely appreciate the time you've taken to review this brief video, and please do not hesitate to contact us if you're seeking more in-depth information specific for your community. We're here for you, and we look forward to serving you soon. Thanks.